Hi, it's Morrow here, and this short video concerns lean startup and effectuation methods for the arts. It argues that the lean startup and effectuation methods for startups are useful within the context of the arts. They're particularly useful for addressing the complexity and uncertainty that stems from attempts to answer the career development and arts investment related questions: what is art? What is art for? What good are the arts? How can we sell art? Both methods eschew more traditional business planning and provide a way to control a future that's inherently unpredictable and extremely uncertain. And artists face uncertainty on two fronts, and as therefore do arts managers. First, the arts. What any one particular artist is trying to achieve through their artistic creativities can be uncertain. And second, artists and arts managers face uncertainty in relation to the question of whether they will be able to shape a future for themselves within the creative and cultural industries. So this video focuses on the startup phase of career development in the creative and cultural industries, and it acknowledges that the lean startup method and effectual logic are like first and second gear. They're useful for starting artistic enterprises and careers, though eventually managers and artists shift away from these logics. These logics resonated with the artists that were interviewed for a recent research project. And a number of the artists noted that they do not use traditional planning and that they perceived tension between management and artistic creativity, and that this tension is partly due to the fact that from their perspectives, management is trying to generate a rigid plan for something that's quite fluid and free-spirited. Therefore, rather than using more traditional project management approaches by pursuing preset goals or opportunities and assembling means after a goal is set, the artists interviewed for this particular project worked in ways that are more in line with the early stage management strategies that the lean startup method and effectual method can facilitate. So the lean startup method and the effectual method are a better fit for the work autonomy or the professional autonomy, or as well as the aesthetic or artistic autonomy that are required for some forms of artistic creativity. So if these approaches are useful for working in the arts, what exactly is the lean startup methodology? What is effectual logic? So most startups fail, and in the creative and cultural industries, market failure is the norm. So both the lean startup method and the effectual method help to manage the risks associated with startup management in a way that resonates with artists' approaches to working. Both approaches focus on experimentation and are responsive to consumer and audience feedback. The lean startup method tests assumptions about how a product will perform through the generation of hypotheses that are then proven or disproven through a build, measure, learn feedback loop that's facilitated by the release of minimal viable products and the early release of these minimal viable products. It's therefore a method that serves startups in their search for scalable and repeatable business models in contexts in which there are no pre-existing business models to emulate. So the lean startup method serves the founders of startups in addressing the extreme uncertainty that comes with starting a brand new venture in a new industry or a new sector of an existing industry that's without precedent. The question of whether an artist's career can be considered to be a startup has been partly addressed in the book The New Music Industry's Disruption and Discovery. And the authors of this book, and I'm one of the authors, argued that, for example, while a band operating in the music industries is not an entirely new structure or concept, in the case of Madden and Bloom's definition of hard artistic creativity, i.e. artistic creativity that's groundbreakingly innovative and inventive, some artists or bands are operating in conditions of extreme uncertainty, and therefore the lean startup method is useful in this context. So that's the first video of this series. Stay tuned for the next one. Thank you very much.